I know it's been a while since I've done a video vlog, so I decided to set up my flip video here and do a quick one for you. I wanted to give everybody a little bit of an update on where I'm at. I'm coming up on 2 years now that I've been training with the goal in mind to compete in figure. I had a year journey dropping over 55 pounds. Then I spent about 6 months putting on some good quality muscle, and now I've been attempting to do a really slow cut back down, and then I'll pick a show and compete. So it's been a really slow cut, and the reason being I want to preserve as much muscle as possible, but I'm enjoying it because I'm learning a lot about my body during this time. I'm taking a bit of a different approach with things, and so that's what I want to get into today. So, for those of you who have been following me on my Facebook fan page, thank you by the way, I know I put a note up there. I've written a note about kind of the collision of two of my major goals in life right now. And so that's what I want to talk about today on my video blog. As a lot of you know, I have a couple of health disorders, one of them being premature ovarian failure, which a lot of people know as premature ovarian insufficiency. Essentially what it means is my ovaries are not functioning the way that they should be, the way that they're intended to, and a lot of the symptoms that come with that are the same as menopausal symptoms. So I have about a 0 to 5% chance of conceiving naturally. This was a really big blow to me from an emotional standpoint when I first was diagnosed. I was diagnosed about 2 years ago, just before I got into my training, and so it was a big blow for me. But you know, I've come to accept it and accept that I can't change it. But what I do know is I have the power to influence my health. I have the power to make myself the healthiest person that I can be, in hopes that I might be within that 0 to 5% chance of conceiving naturally. So one of my major goals with that has been to become the healthiest person I can be, to gain the best hormonal health possible, and make myself as fertile as possible. And with that comes a lot of, you know, eating the right foods, supplementing properly, and that sort of thing. Where that collides with my bodybuilding goals, that's my cat, by the way, Dexter. I'm gonna lock him in the room. Where that collides with my bodybuilding goals is a lot of the time bodybuilding isn't that healthy of a sport. And you know, some people will beg to differ because it can be done healthily, but it can also be done very unhealthily, and that means a lot of chemical supplements, protein powders with heavy metals in them. Not to say that they're bad and that people, you know, should all run from them, but it's something that I've chosen I don't want to include in my diet anymore. And so with bodybuilding, like I said, it can be a pretty unhealthy sport, and that's kind of the road I was going down. I was as healthy as I was being with my food choices. When it came to supplementing, I was taking products that aren't all natural. For instance, I was relying on a lot of sweeteners, chemical sweeteners, and I was kind of being a bit of a hypocrite, because on one side of my life I was being super healthy, I was choosing great foods, I was exercising, but then I was picking these things and I was choosing to incorporate these things in my life that aren't exactly the healthiest, such as chemical sweeteners. So this is where my two goals collide. With bodybuilding, you know, I want to reach my goals, I want to put on muscle, I want to work hard, but I'm constantly putting stress on my body. And that is total opposite of what you want to do when you're trying to reach optimum fertility health, optimum hormonal health. You don't want to constantly be stressing out the body. You don't want to be, you know, overworking the body. So I was kind of bodybuilding, but I was forgetting about my other goal. And so what I decided to do recently is to do my very best to join those goals together. Now what I mean is I'm still going to eat healthy, still going to do my 7 meals a day, still going to exercise, but I'm incorporating a little bit more balance into my life. Will this slow down my bodybuilding goals? Yes. Will it make me feel better? Of course, because I feel like I'm taking steps towards both goals. So what I've chosen to do is I'm eliminating all the chemicals out of my diet. Chemical sweeteners, I've switched to stevia. Any of the supplements I was using that included chemical ingredients or just ingredients I couldn't even pronounce, I've chosen to omit those from my diet. So I've switched to an all-natural protein by BioX. I think I have it here actually. Yes. So this is BioX's all-natural Power Whey, and it's the vanilla kind. What's good about this one is it also has digestive enzymes in it, so it got that added kick. I'm also eating foods that have a lot higher levels of antioxidants in them. Lots of rich red fruits and vegetables, purples, the deep colors, those tend to have a lot of antioxidants in them. I'm also eating a lot more fruits and vegetables than I was before. A lot more veggie carbs where I can, and basically just trying to balance out that diet. I find a lot of bodybuilders, including myself, I was relying on just chicken and oats and peanut butter pretty much, and I really wasn't getting a lot of the other nutrients in my diet. So I'm trying to get more vitamins, more minerals, more phytonutrients, more antioxidants, all those things into my diet to make myself feel healthier and basically put my body in a state at which that it could possibly be that 0 to 5% chance of conceiving naturally one day. So I'm basically just trying to, like I said, balance out my two goals, bring them together, and I'm also taking a lot more vitamins now. When I did my cut the first time, a lot of people will vow when I say this, I got really pale, run down, tired looking, which does happen to a point in training, right before people are stage ready, but it happened, I think, too soon in my diet. I wasn't even as lean as I needed to be, or would need to be for show, but I was really run down, and I think it's because I wasn't supplementing properly, and I wasn't getting those nutrients in my diet. So I'm taking things like B12, vitamin C regularly. I take my Opti women's vitamins, omega-3s, CoQ10, all those different things to help my body stay healthy and strong. One of the other things I've incorporated into my diet is something called Vega Greens, so I'll grab that as well. I actually keep mine in the fridge just to keep it cool, but it's by a company called Progressive. It's a Canadian company, and it's a fantastic blend of a whole slew of different greens. You've got anything from barley greens, alfalfa, wheatgrass, buckwheat, spinach, aloe vera, parsley, spirulina, I think it's pronounced, kelp, all of this kind of stuff. Just the list goes on of so many different greens, fibers, healthy fats, all sorts of things that are in here. And it's just a little powder, and I scoop it in with my protein, shake it, and I'm good to go. So these are some of the things that I'm doing just to bring my goals together, make myself feel better about what I'm doing. I'm also trying to do some yoga, meditate about once a week, all things to put my body at optimal health. So that's a bit of an update for you. I know I rambled on a little bit, but I want to keep everybody in the loop. It's also a learning experience. It's been a learning experience since day one, and will be a learning experience for the rest of my life. It's all about kind of tweaking your diet, tweaking your training, tweaking everything to suit your desires, your goals, your needs, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to email me. It's Kristen, Kristen, at Kristen, Kristen, Adamson, ADAMSON.com. So Kristen at KristenAdamson.com. I love to hear from everybody, and also join me on my Facebook fan page. You can just search my name on Facebook. My fan page will come up, and I got good discussion going on the wall there, so please feel free to pipe in. Thanks very much, guys.